Depression is a hydra, a multi-headed beast that seemingly can never be slain, because for every head you sever, another slithers out in its place. This disease creeps up in the shadows, stalking its prey. It waits and strengthens and bides its time for the perfect moment to strike, but by then you are already in its grips, and there seems to be nothing you can do. It grows and grows until it's large enough to devour you whole, entrapping you in its crippling darkness, dragging you under until you're gone. For some, the monster rears back in victory if help comes too late, but others are saved in time, but never by their own strength. Because with depression, you can't get out of it by yourself. You need help. In the United States, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death amongst people over 10 years of age. Men are 4 times more likely to succeed than women in ending their lives, but women are more likely to attempt it. It is the 3rd leading cause of death amongst people aged 15 to 24 years old and accounts for 20% of all deaths in that age group. In a survey of high school students, 15.8% of the students admitted to seriously considering suicide during the year preceding the survey. That means a little more than 3 per 20 students. In that same survey, 7.8% reported making an attempt at least once in the preceding year. What do these facts mean? Someone in your classroom, baseball team, or even in your group of friends has seriously considered ending their life. They have felt that there is no other way to go on, and they most likely have depression or another type of mental illness. And most of all, they need help. People with depression may not always look sad or cry constantly. They can camouflage themselves in with everyone else. I know this to be true because of my own struggles with it. I felt alone and miserable and irritable, but people only ever saw me laughing and making jokes. But then I began to withdraw from people. I felt like I was burdening them with my presence. I started staying in my room because it became so exhausting to fake happiness. I started to sleep more and more because I preferred the fantasy of my own dreams to the cold reality of my life. Eventually, others began to notice something different about me. They noticed that I would disappear for weeks at a time and ask me what was up, but I'd just brush it off and come up with some excuse and crack another joke. My joints and back would ache and my stomach would cramp, and I'd chew Tums like candy for the sudden onset of acid reflux. But a darkness continued to follow me. One day, it hit me in the gut how far out of control I was. I wanted to die, but I didn't at the same time. I called my mom and told her I needed to come home from college right then and there. I got help, but I'm still struggling. But I have help. When you're in a pit, you need someone to pull you out. When you're sick, you need a doctor to give you medicine. But when you're depressed, you need anyone. A teacher, a trusted friend, a counselor, seriously, anyone. One impressive thing a school in Maryland is doing is a texting-based system to send in tips about possible suicide attempts, bullying, and more. Students can text on their phones, and the server will ask for small details and will email the results anonymously to a school official. The system is mostly for reporting, but I could see it becoming more in the future. Within 60 days, this project has generated 3 reports of students contemplating suicide. 3 students will get the help they need. Even if your school doesn't have anything like that in place, you can still help others. Watch your friends. Are they acting different? Have they suddenly started sleeping all the time or disappearing for long periods of time? Get help on their behalf and do not quit until someone listens. Don't be afraid or self-conscious. If you're wrong, you're annoying. If you're right, you're a hero. Stop the stigma associated with depression and other mental illnesses. It isn't something that can be wished away or fixed with the right attitude. It takes work, strength, and support. It needs to stop being a dirty little secret. Cancer patients have the right to not be embarrassed about their disease and to get help, but we treat those with depression as if it's their own fault. It isn't. If it wasn't real, then why do so many people die from it every day? Talk about it. Don't let it be swept under the rug. Be proud of asking for help. It isn't something to be ashamed of. It means you are a survivor. Even if you don't have depression, talk about it. Let others know you believe their pain, even if you don't understand it. Stop the stigma.